moving to our working space again. I'll go to 3D design. I hope the login and sign up part is very clear to you guys. Okay, so we are back on our working space, right? So again, I'll give you a small recap. Like if you remember, this is the copy button, this is the paste button, and this is an alternative for both of these command, which is named duplicate, right? Then we have delete, and then we have redo and undo. Okay, so and here are the different views we can get, right? And here are some tools from which we learned 3 tools till now, which is align, mirror, and cruise tool. Okay, so what was align? It just helps us to make two or more objects parallel to each other. All right, and the mirror option, the mirror tool helps us to see a mirror image of the current setup. Okay, so moving next is the cruise tool, which acts as a magnet, which helps us placing or fixing one tool to another. Okay, one setup to another. All right, so moving forward, right now we'll perform a small activity in which we'll be making a keychain. Okay, I'll be repeating the steps I'm performing on the screen. So you can just follow my screen, or you can just follow me verbally, and you can perform the activity in your PCs or laptops also. All right. So for making a keychain, firstly we need to make a base for it, right? We have to have a base. We need to have a base for it in which we have to make a hollow circle or a hollow oval through which the holder or the key would go. Got it? So for making the base, I'll first drag a cube over here. So earlier, as I was talking about the measurements, right? Earlier, I was talking about the measurements, that measurements are very important for any 3D model because its end purpose is to get 3D printed, and it should fit into the real life scenario. It should fit in the real life working case, whatever we have. Okay, so coming back to measurements, if I see this cube and if I click on this vertical thing, I'm getting a measurement over here, which is the accurate measurement for its length. Okay, for the length of its one side. Okay, so which is 20, right? So if I'm clicking on this one, I'm getting the length, and if I'm clicking on this one, I'm getting its width. Okay, so it's a cube and all the sides of cube are equal. So I'm getting both of them same, which is 20, but I can obviously change them according to my wish list. All right, so I hope that's clear. And if you need to watch both of these measurements at the same time, you can just click onto this corner square and you'll be able to see the width and the length simultaneously. Okay, so you can compare them or you can change them as possible. Okay, so now the top one, the top cube is for height of the cube, which is also 20, because as I explained to you that all the sides and length and width of the cube are same. Okay, all the 6 faces of cube are same. So this is for the height, this is for the length, and this is for the breadth. I hope it's very clear to all of you. Okay, so for making the base, I need to change its measurements because I need to make it flat. I need to make it surface level. Okay, so I'll be going with, if I talk about the length first, I can make it, I say 60 mm. Okay, so you can see it's exaggerated. All right, so now if I go with the width, I can maybe go to 20 mm, right? So now the main major role plays here is height, because we don't need such a large base for a keychain. Okay, so we'll reduce its height to say some 40 millimeter. All right, so if I drag it here, if I have a view like this and I zoom in and zoom out, so I'll be getting a base over here, right? This looks like a keychain. This looks like a keychain base, right? So we can also change its color always, I've told you. So I'll go with dark brown today. Okay. All right. So the base is ready, but it's not looking like a keychain base just because it has one thing missing, which is a hole, which is a holder for the keychain, right? For holder for the key or for any upholding thing it will carry, right? So for making a hole over here, I just need to drag a cylinder over here. Okay, so here is my cylinder, and what I can do is what I have to do is, again, Firstly, I have to make this cylinder hollow, right? So in the previous video, we have performed a small activity like how a hollow cube or a hollow box is made. So we have to perform the certain scenario, the certain steps to make here a hollow hole for the keychain to attach. So first step is that I'll make it hollow. Okay. First step is I'll make it hollow so that I can see what is happening. Okay. So the second thing, what I can do is I just have to press on Q, press on the cruise button, and I have to place it over here. Right. So what we can do is right now. Okay. So I'll tell you a small difference also. Like if I'm placing this with the help of cruise tool, so it's fixed on the base, right? It's fixed on upon the base. It's like this right now. So but it is not going downwards, but I need a hollow hole which should, and through which anything should pass, right? So I need to do controls there, do a simple undo but command, because I do not have to fix it on the key, on the base. So do not make this mistake. Okay. So we should go for align, I guess, right? So I'll select both of the shapes. I'll go with align and I'll see that where is it placed. Okay. So you can just have a view like this, right? I'll go with align. What I can do is, okay, firstly, we need to place our cylinder at certain point where we are able to watch its measurements, because this drag down menu is not helping me to watch the measurements. Okay, so again, I'll select both of them. After selecting, I'll go with align thing, and now I can watch. Okay, so it's telling me that through after choosing the center align point, it will be on the base. Okay, so I'll go with that, I guess. Now it's my choice, it's completely my choice, that I want to make the hole in the center, or do I want to make the hole at both of the its sides. Okay, so I think I'll go with the vertical one. I need it on this side. Okay, again I'll have a center align to it so that it does not cut my keychain's base. Okay, so all right, we have it. Now, if I select both of them and I go with Control plus G, which says grouping, right? Which will perform my action, which will watch me result, which will make me watch my result. Okay. So if I'll go with Control plus G, so I have got a hole, but it's too large, right? It's too large for a key holder to hang. So I'll just go with the control Z thing. I'll bring my cylinder back, and now what we can do is again play with the measurements, right? So I'll go with the height. I guess height is fine because it doesn't plays a major role in cutting the base. Okay, so here I have to play with the diameter. So I'll go with 6 mm. Okay, here also I can go with 8 mm. So guys, this is a very hit and try method. Okay, you can always watch like what length or what size do you want for your hole, or what size do you want for your other things. Okay, so again, if I'm choosing them, I can always maximize or minimize them. I guess 10 is fine, and I'll go with 12 this way. Okay, so right now I can place my cube cylinder over the base like this, and now I'm able to see that the hole that will cut after me grouping this is accurate, is looking decent on this. Okay, so again I will just select them and make them group. All right, so right now I've got a hole, I've got a hollowness on my base for the key holder to hang. Okay, so I hope it's very clear. You can just rewind my video if you have skipped anything. Okay, I've explained all these steps in very detail and in very mid voice. Okay, so now the designing part. The base of the keychain is ready, which was the most challenging part for us. Now the designing part will go. Okay, so if I talk about myself, if I have to make a keychain for myself, I can maybe choose text. I can write something over here. Okay, so After dragging the text option, you need to see this on the drag down option, and text, you can just make alterations on the text here. Maybe I can write Barbie over here, and I can just change its color to pink, maybe light pink, I think we should go with. Okay, so now I can adjust its size. So guys, one more thing, while we were making the base and we were making the hollow hole on the base, we were very particular with the measurements because they were useful. They were the things which we have to utilize for in the real world scenario. But if I'm talking about the text, it just clearly depends on the person using it. We don't know if he or she needs it very large or too small or anything. Okay, so there is no particular thing we need to follow with text. Okay, so if I'll just minimize it, and now what is next, what is the next important thing? Also, I can firstly move it here, and I can reduce its height also. Okay, like this. So I guess, guys, height, length, and width is very clear to you because it's very simple. The upper arrow is for height, like it can help me reduce the height or maximize the height. Okay, so I guess this is fine for me, or just a little bit more. Okay, that's fine for me. So now this is for the length and for the breadth. Okay, I hope it's very fine, right? Okay, so now what is the next step? The next step is for me is to carry or move this text to the base, okay, to make them one unit. So what is the appropriate tool for me? Cruise tool. Okay, so I'll just select my text, go on the cruise button, and just slide it on my keychain. Okay, so here is a small view, here's a small perspective view for my keychain, like how will it look. But now I'm feeling the base is too large and the text is too small, so I can always play with its size. Okay, I can always play with its size, and I can change its location also. All right, I guess that's very fine. Okay, rotating it, I can have its all 360 degrees view. Got it. But now, one more thing, if you want that my base should be very minimal and the text or the design I'm making should be very visible, should be more visible to me, you can always change the color. If I wish I need to change the color of my base, I'll go with dark pink, which is looking very pretty to me. And if I'm going with the text, I can again, change its height to make it more significant. Okay. All right, so I've made it more enhanced, right? So this is a basic keychain. This is a basic keychain I can have. Got it. So now we'll make a small iteration, another iteration. If I have my small brother and he's a fan of, say, basketball or any sport, so I'll quickly make a keychain for him also. Okay. So I'll go with the same thing again. I'll make a base again by dragging down the cube over here. I can just select all of it and place it somewhere back. And now we can work on the basketball keychain. So again, I'll quickly change its measurements to 60 mm so that it's broad. Then again, quickly change its width to, I guess, 20 is good. Okay, so we need no need to change that, but the height is very important here. Height always plays a very important role while we're making the base for anything. So I'll do it 4. Okay, so right now I'll change its color to, say, light brown. All right, again, what is next, guys? The next thing which we need to follow, the next thing which we need to follow is, I have to make a hole again. So I'll drag down a cylinder, I'll again make it hollow. Okay, so now I'll change its measurements. I'll change this to 12. Same as the earlier Barbie keychain. I'll change it to 10. Right. So this is the accurate size for our hole. So right now, what do we need to do? I'll just simply align both of them. Okay. So I'll align them like this, and I'll watch where it is placed. So I don't need it in center because I need to fix my basketball or football over here, right? So I'll just fix it on this side, right? On the center again. Okay. I can always change my holes location. Okay. So now what is the next step is to group them. Okay. So for grouping, I need to select Control plus G, and I'm getting a hollow space again for the key holder to hold. All right. Now I'll go with the sports thing. Okay. Fun and games. We have a category over here. Okay. So we have a football, we have a baseball, we have certain things. So I think I'll go with this one. I'll go with the basketball. Okay, so right now its size is very large for my base. If I select this and if I go with cruise, then I place it over my base, it's very large, right? It's too large for me and it's not suiting it. It's not helping me suit it, right? So I'll play with its measurements again. So now I hope you're getting like how the measurements are important, right? Okay, I'll just simply reduce its diameter is 230 mm. This should be also 30 because it's a sphere. Okay, so this is comfortable, I guess. Now I can just change my view for a better understanding. Okay, also I can change its height. I can go with 30 mm here also. Now it's fine, I guess. Okay, so I can simply move it, right? Okay. So this is the complete activity. These are the two keychains you can achieve. You can try with, you can go on with any other design. You can go on with any other category you wish to. Okay, so you can go with everyday objects. Yeah, you can simply create gifts from that. Okay, handmade gifts are a must in the cousin scenario. So you can make gifts. You can make anything useful. You can make anything you wish. Okay, here is the entire category for you to explore, and the way of making a keychain is very clear to you, I guess. I have explained you step by step. Just follow these videos and have a better understanding for them. Okay. So I'll be resuming, I'll be pausing this video here only, and in the next video, we'll learn more tools and we'll go to more complex projects in the next video. All right. See you guys.